Ah, that is quite interesting. I will not have. Okay, there will be another recording. So, that is computer stuff. We should not get worried. So, we are studying the first two steps of Eastern wisdom, that we study oneself. Studying Eastern wisdom is studying oneself. And then we apply. So, when we apply, we find the changes in our behavior and attitude. And if our behavior and attitude do not change, it means we are understanding, but we are not doing it. Understanding is not a big deal in the modern life. We also discussed about the four types of seekers and their permutation and combinations. So, not only in 1 hour, but in 1 minute, there are 60 minutes in an hour. And then it said that there are infinite number of permutation and combinations. So we change 60 times in 60 minutes. What to talk of one day? Are you getting it? That is why the masters are saying until you reach to a point where you wake up in the morning and you remember, you're talking to your honey, you remember. But my prarabdha past impression says, oh, honey, you reacted to me yesterday. Do you see that? Why these practices have been discovered? Or even with a business partner or anyone. I have to get my solar panels cleaned, and the dove had lot of poos on the roof. So I said that you please send me the invoice, and they are not ready to send the invoice. I have to cancel it. So I have nothing to think about that guy is bad or good. I said, oh, these are the normal way of practice in the business. If you don't send it, so you maintain that state of calmness and peace. That is why I'm stressing on the first two steps. Once the first two steps, you lay a foundation. Now think of your daily life. Did you ever ask why the hell I'm living? I'm living. I'm living, you know. Should I commit suicide? No, don't go there. So associated with this question is that how many times every day in the last until the since the last session I went into anxiety, stress, duality, conflict. That is one side of the picture. Other side of the picture is how many times I remain unconscious, habitual, impulsive. Did you get it? The So I became impulsive, I became reactive, I became unconscious, I reacted, I was into anxiety, I was into anger. How many times, how many days, how many hours each and every day? Now associate, link this with another statement. Why the hell I'm living? Just to experience anxiety, reaction, duality, conflict. That is the way I live. And I pull on. Then I pull on my life. No, I had a lot of problem with my son, with my honey, with oh, This is too much. I have lot of stress at the job. Means what? I understand these two steps, but I did not apply it. I understand. But if we don't apply, we have other reasons. Because you did this, that is why I was upset. So I start blaming others. These two steps are very, very important. So I have to check by these practices whether I'm surrounded by the inner state of calmness and peace or a higher level of self awareness. They are going to change my behavior and attitude. And if it is not done, then we will intellectually understand. You just cover up all the 40 steps. Let me understand. Are you getting it? With that idea in mind, with that thought in the mind, I study Eastern wisdom to study myself, and I have studied myself. Now I will apply. When? Next moment. How come you are saying that next moment I will apply? I'm aware I'm going to have a cup of tea now, going to the kitchen. I'm going to have the food. And then you simply remember, you eat what you like. Self remembering is what Buddha said mindfulness is. So, what is that self remembering? Oh, food to eat or eat to live or live to eat. J. Krishnamurti used to say that meditation, mindfulness is an extraordinary awareness where consciousness is separate from all the activities of your life. That is the application. That is what the Karma Yoga is. What is our goal? Our goal is awakening. Our goal is not simple. Our goal is not simple. Remember this. Again, I have some objection from the computer. Now it is done. Yeah. So see that. Think of this. So that is why we say you study the Eastern wisdom to study yourself. When you study yourself means what? I understood. Here is a knowledge. Here is a false I. Here is a real I. The past impression comes in the form of a thought, speech, and action, emotions, anxiety, reaction. I recognize that it is the false I. The very recognition is the application. Can you intentionally become angry? Answer is no. Think, think. I'm just saying that now the time has come. You have been tolerating me for a couple of years. Tolerate for a couple of months again and see that what happens. Think, think. That is why we say daily morning. That is why I gave an example. When you wake up in the morning, first thing, what is the first thought? Coming from the past impression, prarabdha, or you have taken over the prarabdha. You said, this is what I need to do, mind. Grows. I told you, grows. So you're guiding yourself, you're relishing it. We will forget 100 times. We have to remind our mind 100 times. That is the meaning of recognition. That is the meaning of this Mangala Charan, or creating an auspiciousness. Making it very simple. Which God I should worship and meditate on? A guy asked me, you see that? So he's a seeker. So I said, the one which never takes birth, never dies, who is beyond the time, who is all pervading. Why should I tell him that you follow a particular religion? Yeah, worship, pray that God who is beyond the time. That is the beauty of Eastern wisdom. There's a big difference between the religion and the Eastern wisdom. So we do the practice in the beginning to change the mind, to so that we can take over the mind, we can have a recognition, we can have a self-remembering. I said guard. What do you mean by the guard? Guard. Oh, I'm talking to my honey, so yeah, let us talk. What he or she thinks, that's none of your business. Your mental attitude should be, let everyone be protected, guarding, protection. I told you, G, relish. I capture the essence of enjoying the spiritual journey. Operate, action part. Operate signifies the active engagement and effort required in the journey of the self. What is active engagement? You wake up and the first thing that you remember. Fortunately, I met this master and I asked him that, have you reached to that state? Yes. So why you practice again? So do you mean that I should stop eating food? I should stop going to the restroom? And if I'm not, then why shouldn't I continue the journey? I have now enough time. I have no problem in the mind. That touched me. Barring when I came to States almost now 18 years, perhaps one or two times I missed 4 to 6 and 6:30. Why? Why should I miss it? When I don't want to miss food, when I don't want to stop going to the restroom. So when I'm doing such simple activities, why shouldn't I incorporate wisdom? That demands the wisdom grows. And then it becomes a harmony. You have done it. You have done Om Shanti Shanti. It's not a ritual, but you raise your awareness. So you have studied yourself. What it means you have studied yourself? How it fits how I answer this question? The moment you wake up, you remember, you contemplated, reflected, you were absorbed into the calmness and peace. You have studied yourself. Make it very clear. Or I will ask the same question, why the hell you are living? You have a lot of money, thanks God. You have all the luxury cars, very good. You have a big house, very good. You have a good family, yes. Do you have peace? Are you relaxed? Are you calm? Today, yesterday, day before, last week? No, how can I be relaxed? I have a lot of problems. Oh, so the problem came to you and told you that, come on, absorb me. I can refer. Barbara knows, and majority of us knows that Anne Hoffman. She has risen to another level of the consciousness, but along that age, you have a lot of challenges. She says, no, I want to know more. I want to do more. Almost 90. So when I answer the question, why the hell I am living associated with daily list of anxiety, stress, duality, conflict comes from the false I. To dissolve that false I, we have to do karma yoga, the second step. Understand it clearly. I have to dissolve it because that false I is expressed in my thought, speech, and action. I have to get rid of it. How to get rid of it? I have already studied the Eastern wisdom to study myself. I have studied myself. But I have a habit of getting into reaction and a fear that I have to dissolve by actually applying it in my daily life. And that is where the karma yoga comes. In our yoga studios, karma yoga is that you fold your mat and put it at the right place. You offer water. That is not karma yoga. Yeah, that too is good. That shows our attitude, good attitude. But karma yoga is internal. It's a 90% it is mental and intellectual, 10% it is expressed in the speech. They are good, and I'm not criticizing it. And the first time when you start applying it, you will recognize that why I have so much of challenges, why I'm struggling. There is no need to struggle. Why? False I does not exist. Do you see these principles? I'm doing permutation and combination. The false I doesn't exist. So where is the struggle? Do you struggle to grow up? Ask yourself. I told you that science is only 100% logical, but Eastern wisdom is 200% logical. What it takes you to grow up. Do you want to grow up? No, I don't want to grow my gray beard. I want to remain. So you are going against the nature. Who is going against the nature? The false I. Why the false I is doing this? Because I'm attached. Whosoever takes the birth in the world, opposite is always present. Do you see? I'm talking indirectly of the prarabdha. That prarabdha is ingrained in our head, in our mind, in our emotions, in our intellect, as if it is a right knowledge. Just for a moment, you think that this guy is not born. It is in the womb of the mother. Okay, finished. The moment I have taken the birth, I should not say that mom delivered this crazy baby on the earth, the death also starts. The world is made up of division and the duality. I'm hungry. Food is there. Now food is finished. Now food is not there. Food is there. Food is not there. I have an urge. Now I don't have an urge. You find out where there is no duality in the world outside. What do you want to say? I want to define the Eastern wisdom. So, what is your definition? You go beyond the dualities. That is all pervading consciousness. This will continue to exist. Jesus, born, God. Buddha, my master, I am in a line. False I do not want to recognize this duality subjected by a change. You go beyond the duality, that is the higher consciousness, that is my real self, which is beyond the change. And we are laying a foundation by these two steps. Study Eastern wisdom to study myself, and then I will apply. I will apply. I believe you're getting it. I cannot talk these things a couple of years ago. That is how it works. Did you understand that point? The word, nature of the word is division in the duality. I am born. What is the opposite? I will die. I'm hungry. I ate the food. 1 hour session will be finished. Can you see that duality and a division? Keep it a bit. Keep it at a distance. No, I'm very sick. Oh, thank you. Tomorrow I'll be healthy. Today I'm healthy. I'm waiting for sickness. The body is subjected to change. How can you stop it? Old age itself is a sickness. Yeah? Do you see that, Master? Our science, they define it in a very polite way. Jerry knows, and Christina, we have an what we say in modern science, metabolic, yeah, anabolic processes until the age of 30, and then we have a catabolic processes, destructive processes starts. Well, I'm talking of the reason in the duality. You, by applying the karma yoga, how you get rid of this duality still exists, but false I is not attached with it, and so you are free. You are free. You accept the law of the universe, the law of this world, a constantly changing universe, and the one who is a knower is not subjected to change. Do you see that? That knower has not changed until now. It is not going to change. So now you see many masters define the Eastern wisdom. Do you understand the dualities? Do you understand the conflict? Do you understand the confusion? Do you understand the opposites? Transcend them. One single two-liner. But to understand two-liner takes time. Seed does not become a tree overnight. The knowledge settles in the mind by steps. That is why we have 40 steps. Think, think. You have a loss, so thank you. I had a profit also, isn't it? Do you still remember it should have happened in everyone's life? Nobody can reject that, understand that you expected a minimum result and you got the maximum result. Your profit was 1,000 times more, whether it comes to relationship or money or otherwise. But I'm attached to loss. I'm attached to loss. So get also attached to the profit also. Get so both are equal now. I'm going in a different direction, but subject topic is the same. What I said, pay attention. What I said that I'm attached to only profit, I get worried about loss. I'm more concerned about my anxiety. I'm not at all concerned about my calmness. Either attached to both of them or remain detached with both. Remain detached with both. What is that? Is the definition of yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Equanimity is yoga. That is one definition of yoga. Equanimity. My mind has an equanimity towards these divisions, dualities, and the opposites. What happens? The false I drops. Karma yoga. Result, emotional quotient goes up. Otherwise, there is an emotional upset. How are you getting it? We're going deep. We have not only to understand, but you have to apply that. When apply, mind says, just after the session, I have a business meeting. Tell the mind, hold on. Business meeting will continue. This is very important. This is very important. Then it will give me an answer why the hell I'm suffering. Why the hell I'm living? Are you getting it? Where I said that if I'm attached to only profit, I'm only attached to food, not the hunger. If I'm only attached to the birth, not to the death, this is the job of the false I. Tell me the person who was deeply attached to the birth did not die. See the reasoning. I told you 200% logic. Who is glutton, overeating all the time? The time comes, mind says eat, body says no, I cannot eat. You have so much problem. Opposites is always there in the world. Simple definition. Get out, transcend these opposites. How? Simple way. I'm attached to only profit? No. If I'm attached to profit, I should also be attached to the loss. So both are equal now. And that is the finest definition of yoga. Samatvam yoguchyate. Equanimity is yoga. There are more than 50 definitions. You're not at all disturbed. You don't enter into anxiety, duality, and a conflict when the opposing tendencies which you don't want enters into your life. They will definitely enter into your life. Why? That is the nature of the body, mind, intellect, and the whole self. I cannot get rid of. I may do the plastic surgery. I told you that I don't remember his name. He spends $1 million. He's in US. Uh, he spends about $1 million to keep his body young. He takes about 40 supplements. He has done the plastic. He got his plastic surgery on the face, and he colors his hairs, etc., etc. Can you defy this? Can you reject this duality? Find out. Who knows, those 40 supplements may cause some problem. Equanimity is yoga, karma yoga. Second step. So I understand it, I assimilate it, I digest it. Now I'm living into that awareness when all the time. Prarabdha comes there. I have a business meeting. Oh, let me discuss and talk, find out. Remember the Prarabdha. I will do my best. Remember the Prarabdha. I will get the best. No, I will get the best. I had a wonderful meeting, but that guy refused to do any business with me. Master says there is definitely some good thing is going to happen. Accept that, Prarabdha. Move ahead. This happens to everyone in the life. Everyone. No one is spared. Buddha, Jesus, all the great masters. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk. You see, we understand those finer principles. We don't have enough time, but I just want to complete the story. By the story, one one king went to the forest for hunting, and then he killed a deer, and he just cut it by decapitated by the knife, and his finger was also sliced. So he went deep into the forest. You see how the story helps us to understand. Now, I told you that business meeting did not succeed. Thanks God. I did my best. Prarabdha. Finished. You're happy. I'm relating this to this very famous story. So he went very deep into the forest, and there were tribals were there. And we already know that tribals, they sacrifice even sometimes the humans to please the god. Oh, they found this king and they caught it. Ah, this human being should be sacrificed to make the goddess happy. So he was brought before the king, he was brought before the goddess. So the two people have to examine. that you have to only sacrifice a complete human being, but his finger was, so he was left out. Is it a profit or loss? Ask yourself. So instead of a sliced finger, I have moment of in relationship. I have moment of in earning. Yeah, I have moment of. Good. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed, and place, position, and posture. Place, position, and posture. Being comfortable. I just simply said, you are aware, you got it, you are done. Being carefree. The moment I said that word shines with an awareness of knowledge, and you are there. And then for the mind, we remind the mind, self remembering the world outside. Now we can go for it. What? Neighbor one. What is this neighbor one? Okay, full of opposites. As such, there is no duality and division in the mind. My mind reflects. Why? Because of the false eye. Are you clear? 100% clarity is there. Opposite eye, due to the false eye, my friend. And what I'm searching, transcending the duality. So I'm recognizing this is neighbor, this is not me. Am I clear now? Second neighbor, the energy body. No, the physical body, sorry. Physical body. Physical body has a duality, yes, all the time, which makes me crazy every day. But it is a neighbor. Just live into that awareness. I'm simply saying, I'm attached to profit, let me attach to the losses. Attached to the pleasure, let me, or attached to none. Third neighbor is the energy body. I have low energy, I have high energy. You see that? Today I have low energy, and that is why it's a bad morning. And a long list of the thoughts overpower you. All those thought belongs to the false side. Fourth neighbor is the mind. Mind, who creates that perception of the duality? Perception of the duality, perception of the duality, you see, that is reflected by the mind. You went for a business meeting and it did not succeed. Who says that you lost? Mind. Why it says? Because I'm attached to one, detached to the other. I don't want loss at any point of time in my life. I don't want to be sick. I expect that everyone should fold their hands to do namaste to me. I expect everyone should agree to me. Intellect, likes and dislikes. Why I categorize the likes and dislikes in or the dualities in the intellect, because there come from there the I thought comes. Oh, I like it. Should I stop saying I like it or I don't like it? No, I can in a transactional world, but internally, I'm aware. Awareness means transcending. Transcending means you are calm in both the situations. And the sixth neighbor is the ignorance. Beyond that, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. In that happiness, there is no sorrow. You see, that is why I designed the step of neighbors. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Can I see? Can I be aware? Can I see that state? That peace do not contain the dualities. It contains the dualities when I mix up the false I with the real I. When there is no mixture, when you separated it in the field of awareness, there is only peace. Peace is even when my finger is sliced, that I leave on you. Sarvesham, Sarvesham, Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham, Purnam Bhavatu. Purnam, may there be completeness. Completeness is unchanging. Incompleteness always changing, subjected by the time, is the part of the world. It is a matter. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. First stage is done. Second stage. Now you can even say karma yoga because it's a part of the action. Even the first part has somewhat. So you look inside the forehead in the space. Yes, drop Om Shanti gently with a pause so that Om Shanti, then you are aware of the space, Om space Shanti. But it doesn't mean that you have to need to say it, Om Shanti. You are aware of it. Clear? Body is still clear. Yes. Now start breathing into long, deep in the hissing into the rib cage. Not fast and quick. It has nothing to do with a breath of fire or fire of breath. Continue long, deep in the hissing breath. And how to know that? Every rib case. What happens? The rib expands while inhalation and all the ribs join together means it is squeezed. When you exhale, continue. Just check it how the mind takes you. Mind says, I was very happy not breathing. Oppose it. I said dualities. The moment you relate yourself to the word, any action, the dualities is there. So we act with a particular attitude. This is what I said you, that you endure it. Endurance is to get rid of that duality. Joy of doing it is the same thing. Very subtle, but very powerful. Here, continuing breathing, Shanti, and the stillness in the body. Continue, my friends. Continue. So you recognize those opposing tendencies in the mind in the form of a feeling or a thought. Very recognition will help you dissolve that. We have to reach to that state of awareness. Nothing to do with age. Normally then we are stuck with the neighbor. And stop this. Pay attention to the flow of the breath. How come when I say stop it, the nature allows your breath to be so called normal? And then you are aware of the flow of the breath and you experience the changes. You experience the changes. Maybe tingling, numbness, vision, color, relaxation, calmness. Oh, we say it, okay, good, good enough. My mind, I'm okay with it. Were you okay while breathing? You're asking the mind. And now we'll have a second round. Start the second round into the ribs. You will see, you'll have a different perception today because it is supported by the knowledge and the understanding. Continue. Stillness in the body, there. You see, we are living in the same world I'm conveying. Mind always reflects or create or whatever you want to say. When it perceives the word, it is necessary evil. It is very important for the material world and it is not at all required for the spiritual world of awakening. And once you recognize it, done. Why it is done? The mind is not going to create false eye. Oh, here doing the long, deep, and the hissing breath into the rib cage. And how do you notice that you are breathing into the rib cage? Yeah, you experience some kind of, I won't say stretching, some kind of expansion, and your ribs goes far apart during inhalation, and they squeeze, they go together during exhalation, and Om Shanti continues, stillness in the body continues. Here, continuing, I'm just reminding you. Now stop it. Looking at the flow of the breath and experiencing the change. Any change, you accept it, right? Before that, it was not there. Now you have it. So again, the duality, division. Who perceives this? Mind. But I'm different from the mind and it's all its experiences. So you drop Om Shanti on the 16 segments of fingers, and that you don't be mechanical, habitual on a given day. You may say, your mind may say, and you're still looking at the first segment of the finger, Shanti, and your mind seems to feel like absorbed. Or you can do Om Shanti, regular interval. That too is also absorption. What is required is maintaining that awareness. Oh, today mind is behaving like this. Now move the mind inside the cave of your heart. Visualize the triangle of any color, moving the mind on the side of the triangle, simultaneously dropping Om Shanti clockwise, anti-clockwise, and you wait. When you recognize the mind starts sinking. That is the right moment, saying mentally, pushing the mind deep inside the cave of your heart. Mind seemingly stops and you drop Shanti, finished. Then you are not doing anything. Why? I want to transcend these dualities to see if it is possible or not. Om Shanti may be there present in the background. That knowledge, what I said, transcending this duality, is also present. And you live into that extraordinary awareness. Mm. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both of palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences to share, and if you have any question, you can ask. Are you Samir?
Sir, breathing was good and it was rhythmic, and I didn't stop between the breathing, and it took me into a total peace.
Very good. Yes, today we did 4 minutes of 2 rounds. So that was very good. Beautiful. How are you, uh, Jerry and David?
Thank you, sir. I love the lesson. I love the duality, and your metaphor with the king cutting his finger off is perfect. So we look at things as a loss when really it could be a gain in life, and vice versa. So that was very inspiring. I did very deep, clear, simple, open, relaxing meditation. Thank you.
Beautiful. When this knowledge is settled deeply, the practice of meditation is always good. And that is what happened. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good, thank you. Yes, the meditation was deep and calm, peaceful, and I feel like that's the auspiciousness is the understanding that there is everything's an opportunity, good, bad, and indifferent. It's all an opportunity.
Yes, you're right. There is always an auspiciousness when we perceive beyond the dualities that we are not able to recognize because the duality comes through the mind, reflects into the intellect, becomes the false I. Beautiful. How are you, Dennis?
Thank you for the lesson and practice. My practice was seamless, a lot of sensations in the body after the breathing, and they continue even after the practice, even now, and very peaceful absorption at the end. Thank you.
Beautiful. That's a good experience. Do you see that? When you are talking, I'm silent. Opposite. At every subtler movement to the gross and the physical, there is always an opposite. There is no opposite, but the mind reflects. What should you do? Why? I've already answered. How are you, Brandy?
I'm good, thank you. I really like the question that you posed today in the lesson about why are you alive? Why are you here? Right. And I think you also gave the answer basically of, to find peace and all of this, which if you get caught up in the mind stuff isn't always easy. So I applied that to my meditation. It was a good meditation, smooth and
Yes. You see, everyone's mind reflects the entire lesson differently. So even if you are able to reflect the lesson deeply, pick up any point and it will include the rest of it. Why the hell I'm living? I've been living into anxiety, duality, conflict every day, every hour for the last, if I'm 50, for the last 50 years. And still I want to live. Why? To find the real self. How are you, Stephen?
Good, thank you. I'm really good. I will continue to study myself, contemplate and reflect on that. And with today's lesson, now interested in looking at the dualities of life and how it affects me. So thank you, appreciate it.
Yes, I have to continue. You simply become aware of the dualities the moment you wake up in the morning until you retire to the bed. There is no dualities in deep sleep. Or does anyone has a duality in deep sleep? Let me know. Sometime, it may be possible. Then you may be an extraordinary human being. There is no duality there. So the moment I have a cognition, first step. Second is that to check the mind, how it is doing. Attached to one, detached to the other. Hold on, mind. Don't take over me. I will take over you. And that is the end of the journey of East and West. How many are? How are you, Barbara? Oh, no, you have to open your.
Good, thank you.
Yes,
Can you
yes.
hear me? Okay. I understand that you cannot change the world and you can only change yourself. But how do you discern when you just accept and stop looking for solutions? When do you know when to stop trying to make something different?
So simple and so difficult. For example, I have a pain in the knee. Before that, there was no pain. So I recognize that is what the recognition is, a discernment. First step. Second step, that okay, I did not have a pain for so many years, but today I have a pain. Opposite. So second level of cognition. So once you have cognized it, take the care of the pain. Take care of the pain. Leave it for the best. Let me do the best in my presentation in my so-called business, if you are a businessman, and then leave the rest. But why I am excited to do business with you because I get $1 million. Leave that part. Because you are doing a work, the result will definitely come. Take care of your honey if the honey is sick. The best care you can do it. But mind is not attached. That sense of attachment and detachment can only be dropped by the knowledge. No practice can help. That is why we say entire Eastern wisdom is all about removing the ignorance, move to the wisdom. Kya? Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Christina. Yes.
Thank you. Throughout the practice, I felt complete separation from my body.
Good.
And I got this sense of a spiral going up in terms of experiencing duality, frustration, getting stuck, but having to, again, have faith to continue on the path of Eastern wisdom, because we can then come around and again and evolve up,
Yeah.
remembering the real self.
Yes. Yes, you're right. One thing is very clear. The moment you experience the separation from the body, all the duality is dissolved. How come? Where are you? You are at your home. Who says this? My mind says this. So I've already created duality. I am here, you are there. And from there, the journey of the likes and dislikes, pain and the pleasure, birth and the death starts. It starts at a very, in a very, what we say, luring manner. Oh, there you are. How are you? I'm fine. The moment I ask you, how are you? I have already created a duality. But it starts with, but should I not say it? In a transactional real world, I have to say this. If I lose something, I have to say it, I have lost. But internally, it does not build the false I. When you build the false I, it causes the anxiety and duality. And then we start suffering. Now I'm suffering because of you. No, because of yourself. I'm suffering because of you, mom, because of you, dad, because of you, son. No, I'm suffering because of myself. We'll talk about it. We are not worthy of suffering. How are you, Sangeeta?
सर आज ना बहुत ग्रेटफुलनेस आ रही है कि इतना मिला है और जो थोड़ा सा नहीं मिला उसके लिए हम दुखी होते हैं, तो बहुत सारा जो मिला है उसके लिए ग्रेटफुल हो रहे हैं.
Yeah, what she is saying that I did not touch upon that topic. There is another expression in it. We are not thankful and grateful what we got. We are always ungrateful what we have been expecting from our life. Did you get it? Did you understand that? We have got two eyes, all the five senses are intact. I'm not grateful. So what I want, I don't get it. What I get, I don't like it. What I like, it doesn't remain forever. What I like, one part of the duality. One part of the duality. That causes a lot of challenges in life. Thank you. That is all for today. We'll meet again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Namaste.
sir.